I'll be reading an excerpt about my personal and professional understanding of climate change and health as written in the book Rooted and Rising, Voices of Courage in a Time of Climate Crisis, with the editors Reverend Drs. Leah Schade and Margaret Bullitt-Jonas. This is an excerpt from Chapter 10, The View from My Window, written by me, Dr. Natasha DeJarnett. I've often heard it said that we are the first generation to experience the impacts of climate change and the last that can do something about it. For my part, I'm seeing those climate impacts in the form of severe threats to public health that worsen pre-existing health conditions and exacerbate health inequities. Extreme heat is increasing the incidence of asthma and heart diseases and raising the risk of heat-related illnesses such as heat exhaustion and deadly heat strokes. In fact, extreme heat is the top cause of weather-related deaths in the U.S. And although extreme heat-related deaths are more preventable compared to other climate impacts, people without access to places where they can cool off on a hot day are the ones who particularly suffer. Gazing out my window, I think of climate experiences that have shaped my life. One extremely hot summer afternoon stands out. My parents and I were gathering very large, heavy rocks to construct a stone walkway. We were in a largely unshaded area on a hill right off the interstate. I remember Mom saying she needed to sit down. I recall noticing that she was sweating profusely, like nothing I had ever seen before. She was short of breath, although she was sitting. Dad decided that she needed shade and water. When I looked in her eyes, I saw something I'd never seen before: helplessness. My mother is the strongest and most determined woman I know, but the look in her eyes let me know that something was seriously wrong. Realizing that shade wasn't immediately helping, I wondered if her life was slipping away. I couldn't shake the terrifying thought of life without my mom, the woman who gave me life, who held my hand and kissed me when I was sick, who hugged me and told me she loved me every single day, whose attention made me feel that I was the only person in her world, the woman who taught me to pray. Once Dad was able to get her some water, she started cooling off and feeling better, but she could have easily become another heat-related fatality statistic that day. The toxic combination of extreme heat plus strenuous activity, along with the poor air quality induced by the traffic emissions from the adjacent highway, created the perfect recipe for my mom's condition. This experience underscores my quest to halt global warming and prevent others from seeing their family members face the same climate-related health challenges. In my work, I emphasize that communities must find a way to help citizens adapt to the changing climate in order to protect health. This means we need accessible cooling stations for extreme heat days, poor air quality alerts, and evacuation plans for extreme weather events that enable all vulnerable populations to be transported to safety. In addition to taking action steps to adapt, we must also advocate for climate change mitigation strategies that reduce the release of pollutants and safeguard our health from further climate harm. What's most alarming to me about the threat of climate change is the imbalance in the burden borne by those who suffer. Threats to public health affect everyone. However, some groups are more vulnerable than others, and ironically, those that have contributed the least to creating the climate change crisis are the ones that are most burdened by it.